Do you know how Sir Isaac Newton discovered the laws of gravity? Well, now's your chance to learn as you broaden your mind. Good evening. Good evening. As you all know, this is an adult education program.
Sorry, Bliss, it happened again.
And each week we set you a little quiz to see how much you've learnt during the program.
Yes, well, we've been rather disappointed with the standard of answers you've been sending in so far.
Yes. For instance, last week we asked you, what did Julius Caesar say on landing in Britain? Well, Mrs. Edith Pritchett of Halifax, I'm afraid he didn't say, I came, I saw, I conquered. He did, in fact, say, Veni, Vidi, Vici.
Which is, of course, Latin. And roughly translated means, kiss me hardy.
Now, since your answers have been so disappointing, we've decided that the time has come for us to do something about it. So in future, any of you sending in persistently inaccurate or shoddy work will be receiving a visit from our Mr. Blackthorne.
So let's get straight on with our learning program. And we start with history. And pay attention, please.
Great Britain has a fine history of military achievement, with, of course, the help of our allies. We've beaten the Germans with the help of the French, and the French with the help of the Germans, and the Italians with the help of the Italians. And we owe it all to the British fighting man, at his best with his back to the wall, or anything else he can lean against. But even the British fighting man can do nothing without the officers behind him, usually a long way behind him, in the briefing room.
All right, men. Settle down, settle down. Don't you know there's a war on? Now, it's my job to welcome you here to Barnum. I'm Group Captain Hebbs, but you can all call me Sir. I'm here to welcome you on behalf of the CO, Air Commodore Clayton, known affectionately around here as Yellow Belly. If he ever does come up out of the air raid shelter, you'll recognize him easily enough. He cries a lot. Now, as you all know, you men are here and due for training for 18 months in intensive flying of B-57 bombers. Well, as Jerry's on our tail at the moment, we're going to ask you to take the planes up now, and we'll give you your training later on. That's a promise. You'll find it all works out best in the long run, and from our point of view, it's a jolly good way of weeding out the duds. Now, has anybody here flown a B-57 before? No. Well, who's flown a B-12? B-9? Who's flown before? Can anyone drive? Stand up. There you are, standing up. Well, take a glass of water. You can be flight lieutenant. Now, the rest of you get into groups of three. Quickly, we haven't got all day. Now, each three is a crew. You can decide amongst yourselves who's going to be pilot, who's going to be navigator, and so on. Now, just one word about the radios. We hope to have them in the planes for you by next week. But tonight, you'll just have to keep in touch by telephone. So remember to take along plenty of loose change. And pilots fly in close formation, otherwise you'll snap the wires. Well, I think that's all from me, and now I'm going to hand you over to Wing Commander Springboard to tell you about the bombs.
Now, about the bombs, there are 4 main points. 1, 2, 4, and 3. Point 1. Don't ignore the other 3 points. Point 2. Now, each plane has 3 bombs, and each bomb is the size of a man. So before you drop the bombs, make sure they're bombs. And as we're a little bit short on bombs tonight, we're going to ask you to take along some broken bottles, some rotten fruit, and some really cold water. This time, we're going to hit them good and hard. Point 4. Now, this is a surprise raid. We haven't told the Germans you're coming. So, when you get near enemy territory, for God's sake, keep your voices down. Point 3. Parachutes. Oh, really? Forget about the parachutes.
Yes, well, thank you. And now I'm going to hand you over to Wing Commander Sadcake to tell you about the raid itself. Wing here.
Now, men, tonight we are going to bomb Frankfurt. At least, you're going to bomb Frankfurt. Now, Frankfurt is on the sea.
No, Chef, it's not on the sea.
It's not on the sea. Anyway, you'd better all have a look at your maps. Everybody got a map? Sorry, they're a bit out of date, but you'll just have to do the best you can. Now, you fly over Gaul, and you drop the bombs just north of the Holy Roman Empire. Now, our target in Frankfurt tonight is the armaments factory, which lies between the railway station and Frankfurt Cathedral. Now, here is a picture of the cathedral in Cologne, but I'm told it's very like the one in Frankfurt. So the best of British luck, chaps.
I think that's all. You will all be taking off pretty shortly, so synchronize your watches. In exactly 10 seconds from now, it'll be a few minutes past 7.
In our sociology section tonight, we shall try to analyze the current British attitudes towards food and drink. Here in Britain, the eating revolution is almost complete. No longer are we a nation living on soggy and unpleasant traditional British food. Today, we are a nation living on soggy and unpleasant foreign food.
I hope you don't mind, darling. We're eating Chinese tonight.
No, not at all.
The British are undoubtedly becoming more and more food conscious, and more of us are eating out on any excuse whatever.
My lords, ladies and gentlemen, the Queen.
But as far as food and drink are concerned, the modern British connoisseur can really claim to know what he's talking about.
Yes, well, I'd probably say it's a Chateau Monton de Pays Bernard, 1948. Yes, 48. Probably grown in the vineyard, facing northwards, about 400 yards from the telephone box at the crossroads. Yes. Picked, I should say, by a man in his late 20s wearing green trousers and a beret. His name? Probably Maurice Andre. Yes, he's got his hand in his pocket, and he's taking out a phial of blue powder, and he's looking furtively around him, and he's sprinkling the blue powder onto the poison.
Of course, for those of us who can't get out to eat, there is always the Meals on Wheels service. In spite of this boom in British food sense, we all know there is nothing to really beat home cooking.
Oh, come on, through this with me.
I'll see. Just a minute.
What a
wonderful place to have here.
C'est fantastic.
Could we have the wait to the menu, please, waiter?
Menu?
Oh, yes, the
Menu?
menu for dinner.
I'm sorry, I think there's some mistake, you see.
Well, I know we have not booked, but it does not look as if you are too crowded.
What, you mean you've all come here for dinner?
Certainement. You are in the good food guide, are you not?
Are we?
Certainement. Mr. and Mrs. Robinson, 14 Disraeli Crescent, Dagenham.
Oh, well, that's all right.
English provincial cuisine at its very best.
Oh.
Nice.
While visiting the Robinsons, be sure to sample the excellent bread and butter pudding.
Oh, well, you do a lovely spot of bread and butter pudding, Flo.
Bread and butter pudding, certainement, but how about for starters? Iced vichyssoise, followed by poached duckling out of our colored Richelieu. Ouvrir this sauce, and a mango vinaigrette on the side. Pour la carte, oui. Make that four, s'il vous plaît, monsieur.
Four?
Shall I see what I can do with yesterday's leftovers?
Yes, you do.
I better go and get it ready.
Come on in. Here's a fine table.
Flo! Flo! There's another lot arrived.
Oh, I better ask Mrs. Patterson to give us ad then.
Yes.
Waiter!
Yes.
3 king-size bread and butter puddings, huh?
Yes, just a minute.
Could we have the wine list, s'il vous plaît?
Wine list? Sorry, no seats left.
Oh, no worry. We barely have your 7th floor.
Could I have a quiet corner table for 2, please?
Yes. Hello? Yes? What? Who? Oh, yes, certainly. Flo? Yes, of course, yes.
What is it?
She's coming.
Who?
Her, with the... and the...
Oh, well, I hope they don't mind. They'll have to eat in the kitchen. Look.
Look at them all. What are we going to do?
Oh, there's only one thing we can do.
What?
You just leave it to me. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, mesdames et messieurs. It's cabaret time.
Well, how are you getting on so far? Taking it all in? Good.
Well, we've had a letter from Mr. Grice of Carlisle, who asked the question, is it true that a dog whistle is so highly pitched that it cannot be heard by the human ear? Well, Mr. Grice, the answer is yes. I have a dog whistle here. Not a sound. But incredible though it may seem, to a dog, that can sound as loud as a ship's foghorn.
Now, tonight, we have been asked to make a public appeal for charity.
We're not asking you for any money. A piece of string can help. To you, it's nothing. But did you know that if all the string that is used in Britain in 1 year were tied together, it would reach all the way to the moon?
So please, save your old bits of string and send them to the British Lunar Project.
Let's get straight on with our learning program and Egyptology.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
We, that is to say, Professor Frederick Pottermore here, and myself.
Sir Edward Stepladder Windward.
Why do you call me Stepladder, Freddy?
Because you're always getting up to something, Teddy. Just my little joke, Teddy, and now for my big joke.
Shut up, Freddy. Now, tonight we're going to talk to you about
Egyptology, Teddy.
Egyptology, yes.
Egyptology, yes.
Oh, well, I don't actually know a great deal about Egyptology myself. So, over to you, Freddie.
Pardon?
Egyptology.
I don't know anything about it, Teddy.
Oh. Well, what are we going to do then?
I think we'd better go home.
No, we can't do that. It's been paid.
Oh, have we?
We'll have to tell them about something else instead of Egyptology.
Oh, how about physiometry?
Oh, good idea. You tell them all about physiometry, Freddie.
I don't know anything about physiometry.
Then what made you suggest it?
Blind stupidity, Teddy.
Freddie, we'll have to tell them something.
We could tell them a joke.
Oh, do you know any jokes?
I know a very good joke, Teddy.
Oh, well, let's hear it then.
Here it comes then.
Yeah.
Here. I say.
Oh, what do you say?
No, Teddy, that's the lead into the joke.
Oh, sorry, yes.
I say. My wife has just gone to the West Indies.
I didn't know you were married, Freddie.
No, I'm not, am I?
No, you're not. Think again.
All right. Well, here goes then.
Freddie, if you don't mind me asking, why are you wearing that red nose?
To show the funny one, Teddy.
I hardly think that's necessary.
You just stand over there and be the straight
Oh,
man.
I'll be the straight man.
Yeah,
Right.
Okay. You don't look very straight to me.
The best I can do in these trousers, Freddie.
Here comes the joke. Can you tell me the difference between an egg, a carpet, and a bit of crumpet?
That's a pretty silly joke, Freddie. I don't see anything funny in that at all.
No, you're supposed to answer, you see.
Oh.
An answer. You're supposed to say, no, I can't tell you. Ooh, it is difficult being straight. No, I cannot tell you the difference between an egg, a carpet, and a bit of crumpet.
But everybody knows the difference, Freddie. That's not funny.
No, the answer's funny, you see.
Oh, is it funny then?
Yes, it is. I think it is.
Oh, well, let's hear it then. Oh.
You can beat an egg.
I can't, you know.
Can't you?
Never could. Terrible with eggs.
Really? Well, just for the sake of the joke, let's say you can beat an egg.
Oh,
all
right. I can beat an egg,
Good.
you see.
You can beat a carpet.
Yes.
But you can't beat a bit of crumpet.
What do I say now, Freddie?
That's the end of the joke, Teddy.
Is it? Oh, that's the stupidest joke I've ever heard. Who would want to beat a poor little crumpet?
I think that's rather the point, isn't it?
No, you've got it all wrong, Freddie. Try again.
Perhaps it's because the nose dropped off.
Yes.
Yes, all right. And then, you can eat an egg,
Yeah, and you can eat a crumpet.
but you can't eat a bit of carpet.
It's no better. No better.
I know, Teddy. You can lay an egg, you can lay a carpet, but you can't lay an egg.
Better forget that one.
Yes, I think we'd better.
Oh, by the way.
What?
Did you hear about the commercial traveler with 3 nuns on a desert island with a goat?
No, Teddy, I did not.
It's in the paper this morning. Extraordinary.
That is amazing.
But I digress.
You do indeed.
Let's get back to the jokes.
Yes. I think our time is up.
Is it? Oh, good.
Yes.
Well, that's all the time we have for Egyptology this week.
Next week, we will be telling you about commercial travelers on desert islands and goats and their place in physiometry.
Yes. So from us, it's good night.
Good night. Teddy,
What?
you can whip an egg.
Shut up, Freddie.
You can Hello. The cinema. What's going on in the cinema? What is going on in the cinema at the moment? Well, that rather depends on where you're sitting. But the discussion still rages, is cinema art? And if so, should it be censored? Well, in
Britain, the public is protected by the film censors who see each new film and decide on its suitability for public consumption.
Oh! Ugh. Oh! Oh! Ugh. That little filth! Ah, disgusting rubbish, that bathroom seal! Ah, filthy rubbish! Ah, oh. It'll have to be. I demand that it's cut out of the film. And I'll take it home with me.
One way to keep the film complete is by the discreet use of dubbing. For instance, first we take a look at the uncensored bedroom scene from Barely Living in the original Swedish.
Helga! Oh, Helga! Jag bråtman på kokret. Helga! Vi försöker främst. Ja, Helga. Heile, så de magadish, friend som båta.
Yeah?
Nödetaxöflig, Helga.
Well, of course, being in Swedish, no British audience could possibly understand what was going on in that. But by careful dubbing, the whole thing can be made perfectly acceptable.
Oh, good evening, Franz.
Good evening, Helga. I was just passing and I saw a light in your window, so I thought I'd pop in and tell you.
How kind of you, Franz.
Not at all. Oh, what a nice place you have here. Let me put my arms around you.
What for?
Just to see if they'll reach. Oh, they do. Good.
Oops, I've fallen on the bed.
There you are. Here. Let me help you up. Whoops. Oh, how clumsy I am. There's in bed as well.
What a small world it is, Franz. Oh, bother, my Liberty bodice has come undone.
Here, let me do it up for you. Oh, now it's come off altogether. Nuisance for you.
Good heavens, it's my husband, Joseph.
Good evening, Joseph.
How do you like my new gun?
Very nice. How does it work?
Oh, you just pull the trigger like this.
Luckily, the bullet missed me. But I think I'll have a lie down. Good night, all.
And that is how we managed to keep the British cinema so clean and so incredibly boring. The latest musical to hit London is The Sound of Monks, starring Eamon and Julie Andrews, which opened for a record-breaking 7-year run last Tuesday. This injects into the rather hackneyed theme of the singing monk the ingredients of a spy movie: sex, dope, unwanted pregnancy, all of which the hero experiences before the opening title. Except, of course, unwanted pregnancy, which he experiences during the opening title. The hero of the film, Brother Louis, loves Teresa, who, unbeknown to him, is a plain-clothes nun. The climax of the film comes where Teresa, temporarily blinded through her guilt at her treatment of Joshua, threatened by flames from the body of the cruel mill owner, and cowering from the bullets of the mob, succeeds in calming everybody.
Yes, Teresa.
Hold my hand.
I'm holding it, Teresa.
Play the guitar.
I can't.
Why not?
You're holding my hand.
Brother Louis, sing to me.
I will. Whenever a monk is feeling sunk and the sky above is flat, and whenever and much he tells his beads, they always answer back. Well, then he will pick the Latin dictionary from the shelf, and after a while he begins to smile, as he mutters to himself. Antebellum laudata arma mutatora. If the people stare at you, you simply must ignore them. I suppose it has a meaning, but I'm really not too sure. Antebellum laudata arma mutatora. Rum to the little I rum to the other. The old routine is getting you down. The days go trudging by, and you can't kick the abbot, no matter how you try. When you're not well and life is and one on misery, then you'll find heaven on the top of page 7 of the Latin dictionary. Antebellum laudata arma mutatorum. If you don't impress them, then you certainly will bore them. Say it very slowly or you'll dislocate your jaw. Antebellum laudata arma mutatorum. I'm celibate forever. But then she held me near and whispered in my ear,
Antebellum laudata arma mutatorum.
and now we celebrate. Antebellum laudata arma mutatorum. When the sisters say it, then you knock upon the door. Come on, everybody, more and more and more and more.
That's all the teaching we have for you tonight.
And now we're going to ask you a few simple questions, and you send in the correct answers.
First of all, a little mathematical problem for you.
Arthur sets off from London at a speed of 5 miles per hour. At the same time, a train leaves Liverpool at a speed of 90 miles an hour. The question is, who reaches London first?
And now, a literary puzzle. What is this quotation? That is the question. Good night.